video assumes that you have already identified and recorded the counts of your macroinvertebrates on your biological survey sheet. Now you are ready to start calculating stream quality. You want to multiply the numbers in the count column, which is the N column right here. You want to multiply that by the tolerance value for each macroinvertebrate, which is the TI stands for tolerance index. So all these numbers pre-printed on your data sheet. So you'll multiply across. So 2 times 6 is 12. So you just write that in this column right here. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 times 4 is 4. And so forth until you go all the way down your data sheet. Now that I've multiplied the N column by its TI value and written the product in the TV column, which is the tolerance value, we are ready to add up each column and place the sum at the bottom of the page. So this is where the calculator is good to use. You'll add up all the numbers in the N column and you'll add up all the numbers in the TV column. And then you will write them products at the bottom of your page right down here, sum of N and sum of TV. Right, now that you finished adding up your N and TV columns, you want to record the sum at the bottom of your data sheet in the sum columns. So right here, 96 was the sum of our N column, so we had 90. We added up how many of each kind, and we had 96 total macroinvertebrates in our sample. Then we added up how many of each kind, or excuse me, the TV column, which is the product, the tolerance value product. So if you multiplied 6 times 15, you get 90. Well, you add up all of those and you record a sum of your tolerance value column right down here, so 502. Then you also want to record the number of taxa. This is how many different kinds of macroinvertebrates did you collect. So you want to count up how many different kinds. A perculate snail counts as 1. Black fly counts as the second, and midge would count as 3. So if that's all you found, you would have your sum of taxa would be 3, but we found much more than that. Your sum of taxa is 17 for this sample. Now you're ready to calculate your stream quality indexes. So organism sampled, that is the sum of the N column, that was 96. Total taxa richness, how many different kinds did we find? That was 17. EPT taxa richness, that's the how many different kinds of the sensitive taxa did you find? Stoneflies, caddisflies, and mayflies. We found 6 different kinds, and you can always check that by looking. This is the EPT taxa range right here. So you count up how many different kinds are within that range on your sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we record that 6 right up here. And then you want to calculate your macroinvertebrate biotic index. To do that, it's just the average tolerance value of the macroinvertebrates you collected. So all you do is divide your sum of your TV column, 502, by 96. When you divide 502 by 96, you get 5.23. Now that you have these numbers, you are ready to check your stream quality calculations with the quality ratings scale. So for taxa richness, we had a 17. So greater than or equal to 14 is excellent quality. So we were excellent quality there. EPT taxa richness, we had a 6. Greater than or equal to 5 is excellent water quality. And then MBI, the macroinvertebrate biotic index, was 5.23. So that falls in the fair category. So our water quality based on this is fair to excellent. And it's always good to see that many different kinds of macroinvertebrates in your sample. That can indicate good water quality. Then of course, add any biological survey notes you had from your sample. Include any non-indicator species. So there was 1 crayfish in our sample. That doesn't count towards stream quality index, but we'll record it in the notes section. And then now we're ready to move on to preserving and packaging our sample. So after you've completed your stream quality index calculations on your data sheet, it's good to go to the online calculator to check your work. The online calculator is linked to the RiverWatch website. If you go to the RiverWatch website and click on Resources and Materials on the left, scroll down a little bit, you will see the Macroinvertebrate Biotic Index Calculator. You want to click on that, and it basically brings up a form that looks very similar to your data sheet. You'll go through and enter all of your counts from your data sheet. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. After you've finished entering all your counts into the end column from your data sheet, you're ready to hit the Calculate button, which automatically calculates your stream quality indexes to check your work. As you can see, the organism sampled 96, 17 taxa richness, and a 6 for EPT taxa richness, and a 5.23 MBI were the same calculations as we calculated by hand on the data sheet, so that verifies that our calculations are correct. So now you can be confident in your stream quality calculations, and you are ready to initial your data sheet at the bottom and send it into the RiverWatch office.